Okay, yeah, this is the Ricketron. I wanted to follow up with a cool thing I wanted to show you about these file level recoveries. So let's take a quick look. What I want to draw your attention to is Enterprise Manager. Now, I don't have a lot of things in here, 21 jobs, etc. I'm only looking at one server, but I think where we left it, that's kind of similar to what you may have. So, what I want to draw your attention to, I want to first show you these roles. Now, I can add a role called restore operator, and I can really scope this down if you wanted to. But I'm doing this as an administrator role. If we did it as a restore operator, literally all the so much of this will be scoped down. But just to get your head around the functionality, I'm going to do it as an administrator. But you and I were talking last Wednesday, and we want to talk about the file searching here. So oh, I already got my example here. So basically, let me refresh this. So the good, this is your own personal Google um, from your backups right now. Here's what I want to show you. You can get into the business of, across what you've backed up. I got 12 pages of VM, 293 systems, right? I could know where the file may live, but sometimes I don't, believe it or not. So I'm going to look for a file called veeam something.lic. That's a Veeam license file. Like, hey, where's my Veeam license? Now, the data that I have in here is going to be a little bit different than what you may be doing, but watch this. If I just search, now the reality is I have a lot of Veeam in my lab, so I'm going to have a lot of Veeam licenses, okay? That's okay, but let me see what kind of, let me find any PDF that starts with R. And I don't even know if I have anything that does that, but you know what? It'll find it if I do. Um, I don't think I do, but I'm just making something up. I don't. So it's kind of interesting. You can make these really powerful searches. Example here. So maybe I'm looking for a eula.txt file. Okay. Um, Now I know I put this on my template, so I should have a lot of these on here. But you get the point that I can look for any XLS file. Do I have any XLS files in the house anywhere? Anywhere? Probably not. This is my lab, so it's going to be a little tricky, right? But I could also look at let's see what are any PDFs that I have. And this is across everything I've backed up. Now what you have to, the trick is we have to do the file system indexing. I think I do have a PDF. I don't believe that. But let me do, for example, let's go back to the eula.txt file. This a bunch of these. Now here's what's the cool thing is it'll tell you the machine name and the path. Okay. Now my lab is a little tricky in that, like I said, it's a lot of really similar data. But let me also see if there's any zip files. Yeah, see, I got a bunch of those, right? And it'll tells you where it is and the path as well across everything that's backed up in the restore point. So that's a quick look at the video I said I would give you. Oh, and if you wanted to restore it, let's do that. You have this option. You could overwrite it, keep it, and put it where it goes with, restore the permissions only, or you could download it and take it, as part of this and like email it to somebody asking for it. The restore operator role, that permission I was talking about, you have the ability to say just this, and you can block that so that you don't have help desk do an exfiltration type thing. So and then you just overwrite it or keep it, whichever option. But like that, boom, well, that makes a difference if it's powered off. But if you have a system that's powered on, let me just restore this one, for example. I believe that one's powered on. But when you have so it's going to launch it right like that. So it'll just do the restore right back to where it came from. So again, that's a quick look at Enterprise Manager for file level restore. You basically have your own personal Google across your files. And this restore will go, take my word for it, it'll work.